All right, up next we have Mr. Adam Moreau. Adam's going to read for us a piece called Reflections of Inner Thoughts. I have a lot of these, and they hurt me, so give it up for Mr. Moreau.
I've not really done anything like this, so I'll try not to trip over my tongue. I care too much and yet I don't. Picking carefully what I wear to choose how I'll carry myself each day and each hour. Trying to look nice to cover how secretly disgusting and selfish I've convinced myself I am. Feeling attraction towards those I don't know and believe are not mine to own. My weight, I believe, a problem. Deciding to sometimes starve in the place of actual emotion required to go find sustenance that I know would only add to my weight. Second guessing every action, never quite living until I decide I just don't give a fucking. Never quite living until I decide I just don't fucking care what others think. If I could only believe that for a minute. Hiding behind my looks when I do care, constantly questioning everything I say and my actions during my bouts of carelessness. My vanity chokes my life into submission as I begin to break down at night and listen to music to keep myself together. My only solace being the comfort and love that I find in my friends, and even then I hesitate to lay myself bare to them as I'm afraid that I'll lose them, forever being labeled a freak lost in his own thoughts of self-destruction and self-comfort. Choosing psychology as a major so I can help others as the cover to better understanding myself and why I think how I do and use clothes to cover how I feel on the inside. Sometimes feeling good about myself, sometimes feeling like everyone looks down on me. When will I finally find me? How can I understand that which tries to understand itself and struggles to do so? When will I deem myself to be beautiful?
Thanks so much, sir.
This is when you say that Frank is a hack.
Shut up, Duckie! For everybody else who wants to actually participate in this thing, we have Mr. Trey coming back up here to read his It is called The Alligator's Tale. Thank you, Trey.
No, thank you.
Okay,
so the first poem I read, I actually just pinned it down before this even started, like within the past couple hours. The Alpha Queen of the hive, the bee's the fattest one, right? So there's a little irony going on with there. My other speech was about differences, embracing them, and what is beautiful. The next one I'm about to read is actually the first piece of prose that I ever recite over here. It's a little flash fiction piece.
Yay for prose!
Yay for prose. In May I'll be graduating and I'm applying for grad schools. I really want an MFA in creative writing. I'm leaning towards nonfiction, whatever. I'm putting together a compilation of little short stories. I'm from the Bayou, so I write about the South and the swamp a lot, but my short stories are a little series of Cajun Gothic fairy tales, and a lot of them are actually fables. They involve animals a lot. And this one is called The Alligator's Tale. In the deepest part of the toxic bog, a stagnant pit served home to many, an ecosystem where only the sickest survive. Mosquitoes buzz with the latest gossip, and hunters sought scales of fine alligator, and here a family of alligators reside. 3 massive reptilian creatures slap their tails and sling muck, and they laugh at the 4th alligator, the freak, Alphonse. Alphonse, like all the others, he had the same amount of teeth, he had the same amount of limbs, and he had the same amount of scales, except his were bleached and immaculate white. Find your own bog, the fattest one said. You don't belong here, said the longest. You look nothing like us, the dumbest one said, but he was perpetually clueless. Alphonse swam off in pursuit of solitude, then settled on the muddy swamp bank. As the sediments settled, he slapped down his tail, breaking the reflective elasticity. What's wrong, said the fattest mosquito. Cheer up, said the leanest. The hunters are coming, the smartest one said, and Alphonse knew just what that meant. Alphonse wished no harm on such perfect creations, and he swam off immediately to warn them of their doom. We told you to leave, the fattest one said. Be gone, said the longest. Green like me is the way to be, acknowledged by the dumbest. "The hunters are coming," Alphonse warned, but the other gators only glared with emerald slits seething hotly with hate. Alphonse returned to the reeds. The swamp waters rippled and reverberated with a cacophony of bugs, interrupted by sobs and giant plopping alligator tears. A guttural chug came up the canal, a wooden boat cut through lilies, bearing a crew of 3 men, all armed. "Look at that one," the fattest one said. "All white," said the one with no teeth. "He's beautiful," said the final hunter, and the wooden boat is simply left.
Number 38.
Thank you for pausing.
Perfectly fine.
I know, thank you. "Why won't they end my misery?" Alphonse wondered to himself. A simple blast between his bloodshot slits and it would all be over. The swamp fell silent with the arrival of the men, but the solitude was soon broken. "The green ones are dead," the mosquito said. "Over the boat their carcasses dangled." "The white one is perfect," they repeated. "To kill it would be a bad omen." The smartest mosquito sucked up a giant salty tear. "The hunters think that you must be an angel." Thank you.
Piece for us called "Don't Forget Me." Would anybody like to become her student?
Give it up for Danielle!
Alright, so this one's a lot older, written several years ago, and since the internet worked and the theme is what it is, I figured I may as well. I know that I'm plain, and I know that I'm average. I know that I'm quiet, though my thoughts are more savage. But please don't forget me. I'm tired of the silence. Did you know you can feel it? Did you know that it's violent? It strangles you, choking the air from your throat, and blinds you and makes your thoughts vicious. They gloat. It makes you so fragile, behind front so strong. And when no one can hear you, who can say you aren't gone? When no one remembers the smallest of things, your siblings, your birthday, no, just the drawings. And they have to be perfect, and they must be astounding, and they must be the best, and they must be abounding. Because when you have something good you can do, for a moment or two, others will look at you.
Woo!
So we're gonna bring Miss Ann Borland. I'm sorry I can't read. Your beautiful handwriting. It's so beautiful that my tainted eyes cannot read it.
Doe hunting. I've never done it. I've never blended in with the oak trees. I've never let the icy air scratch its way under my skin. I've never crouched motionless as she innocently nibbled on berries in the pink pre-dawn light. I've never known she would be mine before I even studied my aim. I've never felt a gun warm and ready in my hands. I've never felt the strength of victory flood my senses as she collapsed, crying out for mercy. I've never smelt her blood mixing with my sweat, my spit. But I have been the doe. I have been hunted. I've let you narrow your gaze at me across the room. I've felt your breath on my neck, your hand on my leg. I've felt the air in my lungs turn to stone. I've felt my blood mixing with my sweat, my spit. And it is always, always, always easier to collapse, to let your spirit raise mine. The doe and I know not the meaning of mercy, only of surrender.
Thank you so very much. Give it up for her, please. It was a great night. I don't want to tell where she comes from because that's inappropriate.
Okay.
Duckie, take a biology class.
Reproduction.
So, Miss Giambrone is not going to share another piece with us tonight. So,
She only read once.
you read twice.
Did I?
Dude.
Did I read twice?
Dude.
2 for 1 beer's a bitch, ain't it?
Dude, I'm telling you, I put an X on this paper when I was sober.
It must suck, you know.
Oh yeah, you want to come read the same piece again? Here comes Miss Giambrone with her piece self-love that she's going to read again for everybody tonight. Put your hands together for her, please.
Okay, I'm really certain that I did not read this piece already.
It's just Frank.
And yeah, I'm pretty sure it is Frank, so when we edit this video, then I can prove you wrong.
Everyone loves to prove Frank wrong.
Yeah, you're gonna owe me a Snickers. Okay, so this one's titled Self-Love, and it's a little bit more.
Hey,
Speaking of self-love.
he's convinced now.
Okay. So yeah. Showering makes me pensive. When I step out, I am wiser. I approach the mirror and bask in my own glory, fogged and through squinting eyes. I swipe droplets from my skin and declare, "You are special," in the way everyone is special and no one is special. You will live a life of events which seem unique, but upon inspection are common occurrences. I muse, kneading a towel in my hands. You will strive to be more, to be better, to stand out, I propose, nodding and wincing as I draw fingers through wet tangles. You will have to create a word to describe this because anything already in use is not good enough. I frown and dab on anti-wrinkle cream. You will question yourself and others and compare your strengths and weaknesses. You may fight the paradox. You may succumb to obstacles others conquered. You may laugh at the road less traveled, which I do. Then you can look back and reflect upon your internal mysteries and rub coffee grounds upon your thighs to battle cellulite. Challenge who you thought you were. Understand your expectations. You will never, ever leave the itty bitty titty crew.
So happy.
Or you can complain about what it means to be special. And certainly your argument is nothing that's ever been heard before. But whatever you do, put some clothes on before you head out.